Well, John, since last we met, things have changed yet again here at Millwall, and sadly not for the best of reasons. But I suppose the important thing is that the king is dead. Long live the new king, and long live Millwall. That's certainly the message you're trying to put out.
Yes. Disappointing it didn't work out with Ollie. He's a fine manager with an enormous record, but sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. I'm excited that Neil has stepped into the breach. It's hard on all of us struggling, and we've done this. I mean, last we were right to the last game, and no one likes struggling in the championship. But I think this has shown us absolutely that we have to improve this team. One way or the other, we will. I know Neil has brought a spirit into the team that maybe was lacking in the last couple of months. I look forward to tonight's game, and I think the next games again, like last year, will tell one way or the other. But no matter what, we're here. We're going to fix this. And we're going to build this team up to be a team that we can root for.
John, clearly everything's going to be judged on the matches on the pitch in the next 6 weeks or so, and everybody's hoping, as you say, for the Phoenix to rise from the ashes as it did last season. But failing that, do you see a bright future in League One with so many young players coming through?
I do. We have everybody knows what some of our younger players are doing as loans to some of these clubs. The average age of this club has to come down. It's obvious, I think, to anybody that it's easier to do it in League One than Championship, but regardless, the work has to get done. We'd rather be in Championship. I certainly haven't given up. I think it's now absolutely down to the players, and let's see how big their hearts are. An American poet once said, you measure a tree after it's down, after it's fallen. I think you measure a football club the same way. You measure a chairman, a manager, and the players the same way. After the fallen, do they get up? So I'm going to see, do we get up? I want to see what players get off the ground and go back and fight again. So this end of the season is let's get off the ground, let's win games. Show me your attitude, show me what you want, show me the effort, and we'll go from there. No matter what, everybody should know I have become a fan. I have just sat with these losses at home and such, and it bothers me at least as much as everybody else. But I know we have to do some work on this, and I think one way or the other, the future is bright. This is no fun, but there are things in the future we've got to do to make this better for all of us.
The question, obviously, people will ask, even at this stage, you made it quite clear that Neil's in charge to the end of the season. But clearly, whichever division, the planning is already starting. I'm sure you're talking with fellow directors and thinking of various scenarios for next year. Is it a possibility that if things go well that we might see Neil in charge next season?
Absolutely. At the end of the season, Neil and I will talk and see how he did, what he's thinking about it, how's he feeling about his own ability. Last year, I think, as we all know, he didn't feel very good, and of course Southend, I think, was his last game, the rainy day game that we lost 4-0, I think. I was there. Horrible day. But I think he brings a different enthusiasm this year than he had last year. He's not afraid of it, and he's charging forward. He knows the game better, and we'll see. We'll see how he does. I am personally a little confused, a little on manager issues, because who knew that we'd get someone with enormous contacts, enormous reputation, and it wouldn't work out? Who knew that we'd get a reserve manager from Manchester City and he'd be here for almost 6 years? Funny things happen, and you got to get a little lucky with your choice of management sometimes. And it's clear to me, given what's gone on in all the leagues, that there's no obvious answer for whom you give the manager role to. There's got to be a real fit between the clicks between the players, the manager, and the board. We've obviously are building up the support around the manager, bring in some more recruiting help and things of that nature, so we can do more due diligence on players to bring in and be looking much more and talking to them much earlier. There are some issues of people looking at it, saying, and everybody's heard me on this, but more fan support is something the players know. But I think if we do well, the fans will come, and I am very aware of all these points. So we've got a lot of work to do, regardless of where we end up in the Championship or League One. We have a lot of work to do.
And it sounds to me that you're very up for being involved. I mean, you've not had the best of times in the last year or two. I mean, health-wise, you've had operations, and it's been difficult for you coming across. You haven't come across as much as you would like to, but you're looking a little, I mean, under the circumstances, you're looking much more robust now. So we're going to be seeing you here for some period. I'm
still here. So, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm a real fan. I want to stick around long enough so every time I come to the game, we win. I go into every game, and I've done 3 or 4 away games this year as well. I watch every game with the perspective that we have a shot at winning. This year, that's been a tough perspective, but I maintain it, and I'd like it to come true more often.